Hazel and Cha-Cha are fan favorites of both the comic book series and the Netflix series of Umbrella Academy. Members of the Temps Aeternalis, they are widely regarded as the two most violent agents in the Commission. Even Number 5 himself considers the Umbrella Academy no match for this dastardly duo. Before we get into the video, we wanted to let you guys know that we are doing a giveaway for Umbrella Academy Volume 1. To enter the giveaway, all you have to do is leave a comment down below letting us know which one of the characters in Umbrella Academy is your favorite, and follow us on Twitter. It's easy to find that information, it will all be pinned. Anyway, back to the video. Hazel and Cha-Cha are first mentioned in issue number 1 and introduced in issue number 2 of the miniseries Umbrella Academy Dallas. But since this is an Origins video, let's take things chronologically. Before the events of Dallas, Hazel and Cha-Cha are dispatched to the past to essentially save Santa Claus. The duo spend the majority of the time arguing about whether or not ghosts are real, while hunting down a rogue Temps agent who is trying to kill Santa. Ultimately, the pair end up confronting the rogue agent who gets the drop on them, only for Santa to show up and give them a much-needed rocket launcher, which they use to blow up the rogue agent. Sometime later, when agents of the Temps Aeternalis are dispatched to apprehend 5 for going rogue from the agency, 5 ends up murdering dozens of agents in the parking lot of a dog racing track. 5 begins to gloat until he realizes that one of the agents isn't dead, and their last act before dying is calling Hazel and Cha-Cha. Afraid for his life, he begins firing into the body of the agent, but it's too late. The cavalry has already been called. Hazel and Cha-Cha then arrive in this timeline and begin their search for Number 5 at Costello's Diner, where 5 had killed multiple agents during the Apocalypse Suite arc. Cha-Cha is obsessed with the pie there, and Hazel agrees it's amazing. They inquire further, wanting the recipe, and the cook jokes, "You'd have to chop off my arms and legs to get that out of me," to which they oblige. While chopping this poor guy up, the two discuss whether it's right or wrong to buy from Girl Scouts if they're not going to wear the uniform, but Cha-Cha isn't worried about the details as long as he gets his sweet, sweet cookies. You can probably tell by this point, these two, while being completely bloodthirsty assassins, have a sweet tooth, which is mirrored in the television show perfectly by Hazel's obsession with donuts. And speaking of the show, the masks each character wears in the show is actually the opposite of the ones they wear in the comics. Why they did this, I have no idea, but Hazel wears the pink dog mask and Cha-Cha wears the blue bear mask. Additionally, both characters in the comics are men. Anyway, back to the comics. This poor cook is left with no arms and no legs by the duo and eventually admits the secret ingredient of the pie is canned apples. But Hazel and Cha-Cha don't really care about the pie. They want information on their target, Number 5. They decide that their next goal is to return to the Umbrella Academy and search for clues. When they arrive at the remnants of the Hargreeves' family estate, they find Klaus at Pogo's grave. He's attempting to commune with Pogo, but things aren't going that well. While distracted, Cha-Cha knocks him out with a baseball bat, and Hazel gives Cha-Cha a box of Thin Mints. True friendship. The two spend the night torturing Klaus, attempting to get information out of him about the whereabouts of Number 5. But due to the extreme torture that he underwent, he accidentally tells them that Reginald Hargreeves has access to nuclear missiles. Hazel and Cha-Cha drastically change their plan after this point. They decide that rather than tracking down Number 5, they're just going to blow up the planet using nuclear missiles. This way they can be sure that the job is complete. The two then shoot Klaus in the head, presumably killing him. Number 1 is then eventually able to track down Klaus thanks to some clever thinking done by Klaus before he was shot in the head, but is immediately incapacitated with a stun baton by Hazel when he arrives, and Luther is then tied up. The two then prime the nuclear bomb, which they learn has a timer, so they have to wait for the time to run out to destroy the world. Klaus, who was presumed dead, wakes up and has a brief scene where he meets God in the afterlife. God, taking the form of a cowboy, tells Klaus that neither he nor the devil want Klaus in the afterlife, so he has to go back. Klaus awakens to find his shoes have been removed by Agnes, which is his chance to make a move. And if you watched our Klaus video, then you know that his powers work much better when his shoes are off. So with the help of Agnes removing said shoes, Klaus is able to possess Cha-Cha, who shoots Hazel in the head, killing him. He then turns the gun on Cha-Cha and he forces him to commit suicide, ending Cha-Cha and Hazel's relationship, at least in this life. But unfortunately for the Umbrella Academy, Hazel and Cha-Cha succeed in their plan. The nuclear missiles go off and destroy the Earth, but not before Klaus is able to time travel with Diego and Luther back to the 1960s, saving their lives in the process. If you want to know what happens after this, you can definitely pick up Umbrella Academy Dallas to read the entire arc, or you could check out our videos on Luther, Diego, or Klaus. That covers pretty much what happens after they go back to the 60s. And every one of the Umbrella Academy is involved in this plot back in the 60s, so really you can watch any of the videos and get completely caught up. Thanks for watching, everybody. We do really appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe. It does help us out. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter and leave a comment below if you want to enter the giveaway. Remember the motto, it's Hazel and Cha-Cha over everything, and I'll see you guys next time.